too often we prevent ourselves from achieving great things in life because we put ourselves and our abilities in a box of limitations. You are not meant to live your life in a box. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the JS Show. It's going to be another great episode today. I'm so excited. I had a great workout today. I increased my weight on my reps, and I just, it's one of those things where when you kind of break through somewhere and you're like, ooh, I have a new limit. And it feels good. It hits different. But so yeah, I had one of those workout sessions today. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Also, I'm excited. Not today, but on the day that this episode is dropping, it is actually my birthday, my 23rd birthday. It's crazy to think that I'm 23. Sometimes it hits me like, dude, you're still only 23. But then it's like, dude, you're 23. And so, oh man, it's definitely, I don't know. It's my Jordan year. It's going to be a good year. I can already tell you that. But yeah, so really for my birthday, I have one ask of you guys. One ask. Actually, I guess you could count it as two. My birthday present that I want from you guys is, if you're not subscribed and you're watching this, do me, just for a birthday present, hit that subscribe button. And then once you're subscribed, or if you are already subscribed, comment down below what your favorite birthday cake is, or if it's even birthday cake. For me, it's still a cake, but I prefer cheesecake. I'm a cheesecake guy. Cake is alright, but I would much rather have cheesecake. So yeah, let me know what your favorite is down below. Also, while you're down there, don't forget to go follow my social medias. And something I will throw out there, I know it's still a long ways away. My goal for April is to double my subscriber count. I doubled it in March it was like 23 at the beginning of March, and I'm at 55 going into April. So my goal to end at the end of April is 110 subscribers. So yeah, if you guys could just help me out with that, that'd be great. But I will throw out there for you, once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing some sort of giveaway. I don't know, it may just be straight up cash. But I don't know. I'm going to try to make it interesting. So definitely keep that in the back of your head. So share this stuff, tell people to subscribe, because I want to help the people that build the base of this channel. I want to help them just because they help me out. So yeah, those first 1,000 subscribers, I want to pay back to you guys what you took a risk on me as a young, brand new YouTuber. I don't even know that I consider a YouTuber, but yeah, you guys took your chance on me, so I want to pay it back to you guys, and as a thank you. I'll tell you this, the more I grow, the more giveaways I'll do, but that being said, this giveaway at 1,000 subscribers will be the highest probability chance you have to win. So yeah, just keep that in the back of your mind. So today, we are talking about the box of death. And no, it's not a coffin. It's a metaphorical box of death. The box of limitations could also be called the box of death, because when we stop growing, when we limit ourselves, we start dying. I don't know about you guys. I know there's some people are like, yeah, we're dying every day, a little bit every day. But I don't know. Maybe physically we're dying. Like, yes, we're all going to die at some point. But your knowledge doesn't have to stop growing. You can learn up until the day you die. We limit ourselves in what we can do, and it prevents us from being successful in a lot of things. it goes back to an older podcast episode of being average. We settle for being average because we put ourselves in a box of limitations. You got a box, and you put yourself in it, and you're so tight. But what you really don't understand is that inside your mind and your subconscious, you're trying to break out of it. You are meant for so much more because it's this little tiny box. But you got all this space and all these wonderful things and great things to be able to go out and achieve, to be able to help other people with. You can change the world around you. It doesn't have to be the whole world, but the world around you can be changed. But way too often, it doesn't. Everybody has it in them to change the world around them. But because we put ourselves in a box of limitations and lock the box shut, we don't end up doing everything we were meant to do. And a lot of it comes from self-doubt. Self-doubt's one of the biggest locks that you can put on your box of limitations. As humans, we tend to be programmed with a lot of self-doubt. When we doubt ourselves and our abilities, we put ourselves in a box that keeps us from growing into the person that we truly want to be. We have got to stop putting ourselves in that box. See, the thing is about the box of limitations is we put ourselves in this box and we put all these different locks on it. Like we put self-doubt, we put more self-doubt, we put, well, I really don't feel like it. I just don't know. My parents told me I couldn't. My boss told me I couldn't. Just all these different locks of things preventing us from breaking it down. But the thing is about the box of limitations is the sad thing. Here, the sad thing is we had the keys the whole time. The whole time we have the keys. That's the saddest part about it. And that's the hardest part, though, is pulling out those keys and unlocking the lock. It's the hardest part. Once you unlock the lock, because you are so confined in that box, it's like a pressure release and you just explode out. There's no containing it. Once you unlock it, all you have to do is unlock it. That's the hardest part, though, is unlocking the box. The box of limitations doesn't just keep us from being successful. The box of limitations that we put ourselves in also keeps us from experiencing amazing things in life. Like asking that boy or girl that you really like out on a date or going skydiving because you were too afraid to jump. Whatever it is, we have to break out of that box and jump. I don't think much more needs to be said about the box limitations there. I hope I've established a clear picture of it for you. But so then the question is, why do we put ourselves in a box? I know I talked about how we have different locks of self-doubt. But really, it's pretty simple. The only person in the entire earth that can put you in the box of limitations is you. You have to make the decision and say, I will not limit myself today. It's hard to do. It's easy, but it's simple, but it's hard to do. Man. You can, as much as you want to, you can sit there and say, I will not limit myself. Or you like to be like, right now, you probably might feel a little pumped up and think, I'm not going to limit myself. But then in about an hour or so, you're going to be like, well, I don't know if I should do this. I'm going to kind of shy away from it. That's the thing, though. Once you put yourself in the box, to be able to get those keys and unlock the locks, you have to really work up the courage. You have to, it's in your conscious, but it's more of your subconscious. Because I think it's 90% of what we do in a day is controlled by our subconscious mind. And It's reprogramming your subconscious it takes time. It's not going to be just a flip of a switch. It takes time to reprogram it. But that's what you have to do to break out of that box. But really, it all boils back down to self-doubt. Self-doubt is not an easy thing to deal with, but it becomes a lot easier when we decide to stop letting other people tell us who we are and what we can do. One of the biggest impacts that we allow, I'm not saying that we allow these impacts. We don't have to. We allow them, are these outside sources, like our bosses, as much as it hurts to say, family members, friends. By the way, if your friends are making you doubt yourself, they're not your friends. Just FYI. But a lot of mitigating that self-doubt is restructuring who you spend time with. There's a good saying that says, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. And that, I mean, it's true. I've seen it in my own life. I've seen it in other people's lives. And it's a crazy fact. But once you stop hanging around those influences that make you doubt yourself, you will find that your self-doubt becomes very, very minimal. And then the rest is just in your subconscious. Getting rid of it, reprogramming it. Once we stop letting others have authority over us, then you have to fill that gap by telling yourself who you are and what you can do. Self-affirmations are one of the most powerful tools that anyone can use. And that leads me into my next point. It's how do we break out of the box? How do we break those locks? How do we break out? And self-affirmations is a huge one. I actually came up with kind of an acronym for it. To break out of the box, all you have to do is step. Stop letting others have authority over your life. Tell yourself who you are and what you can do. Encourage yourself with affirmations and push yourself past your limits. It may sound a little daunting, but let's break it down a little bit. So the first one is step. So you got S for stop. To stop letting others have authority over your life. There will be some people that you would just have to cut out of your life. But the ones that you can't cut out, like there's some family you can't cut out. You'll have to acquire a brush-like mindset. And when they're around you and they're feeding you this negative stuff, you'll just have to be able to brush it off and move forward. Man, they're all hard steps and step, but to stop letting others have reign and authority over your life. For some people, it'll be easy. Others, it'll be very difficult because it'll be people, when you reflect back, man, this person's been in my life since I was a kid. But all they ever really do, we've had good times, but for the most part, I end up doubting myself around them. And so it's not easy. Nobody said it was going to be, but it's necessary. So the T is to tell yourself who you are and what you can do. T is to tell yourself who you are and what you can do. Set ambitious goals that push you out of your comfort zone. Write down a list of affirmations telling yourself who you are and what abilities you have. Even if you're not quite where you want to be yet, you have to manifest it into your life. So with this, biggest thing, write down your goals. I'd have to look up the statistic, but it's pretty crazy. It talks about how the people that write down their goals are a lot more likely to achieve their goals just by writing them down. They don't write out a plan; they just write down the goal, and it increases exponentially how many of them have success. And then the other one is to write a list of affirmations. So that can be confirming who you are now, and then it could also be manifesting who you want to become, where you want to be in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years. But write them down. And then the affirmations, you have to continually do them. And that's where the E in STEP comes in. You have to encourage yourself by repeating your goals and your affirmations to yourself multiple times a day. You can start out by just doing it when you wake up in the morning. Put it on your mirror in your bathroom. That's the easiest thing. That's what I am going to transition mine to. Just because I know I have to go in the bathroom in the morning to get ready for the day. So I know I'm going to see him. But then also have a copy on your phone, on whatever, where if you start to feel that self-doubt creep in, you can pull it out and just read through them real quick to yourself. And when you read through them, though, I really encourage you, if you have to, close your eyes and just sit there and visualize it. Don't just read through them as fast as you can, but sit there and visualize them for a second. Unless you shouldn't be looking at your phone if you're driving anyways. And so just forget I was even going to say that. But then the final step to breaking out of the box of limitations is pushing yourself past what limit you think you have. Once you develop the ability to consistently push through limits you thought you had, you will become unstoppable. Pushing past those limits, it's not easy. None of this is easy. I know I've said that multiple times, but pushing past your limits is probably one of the harder ones, because you have to really sit there and fight against your inner self. It's like that picture. You have the two different versions of yourself. You have the good and you have the bad. The bad one is always trying to get you to stay within your limitations, what limitations you think you have. But you have got to push through it. So remember, to get out of the box of limitations, you have to step. You have to stop letting people have authority of you. You have to tell yourself who you are and what you can do. And you have to encourage yourself every day. And then you have to push yourself past all the limits that you have. The box of limitations is a box of death. What are you putting boxes around in your own life? And how will you break out of them? You are meant for amazing things. You can do whatever you set your mind to. You just have to get out there, break out of the box, and just do it. Easy to say, hard to do. If I had to describe this podcast episode in just a few short words. But you can do it. I can do it. You can do it. We can all do it. Because I'll be honest, all these podcast episodes are just basically me preaching to myself. It's just something that I'm able to share. Because I know it's a general issue that we all have to deal with. And if you have that inner desire to want to be better in any way, it echoes in you. But yeah, so that is all that I have for today's episode of the JS Show. I thank you guys for watching. I'm so excited to see what this 23rd year, no, I guess this would be the 24th technically year of my life. I'm excited to see what it has in store. But thanks again for watching. And if you liked it, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know also in the comments anything that you want me to talk about. I'm open to a lot of stuff. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Go follow my social medias. But most of all, step out of that box. Quit limiting yourself. And just remember that you can do anything that you want to do. All right. Thank you guys. And I will see you guys in the next episode.